This is the Average to Savage podcast with Paul Guarino. Everyone and anyone, athletes, celebs, and much more.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Average Savage podcast. Our special guest today is Lexie Brown. Lexie, how's it going?
Good. Just living my best life in the bubble.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. So actually, I'm about to almost release my 100th episode, and I only record episodes with people. Like, I didn't repeat guests, so you're the first repeat guest after the 100. Because
I'm honored.
Yeah, that was my goal. I was like, I'm not gonna do repeat stuff because that doesn't make sense to me. Because I want to get 100 different people.
But I'm worthy.
Yeah. So after 100, I don't care. I'll get anybody. But yeah, you're the first one. So that's history.
History. I'm special, y'all.
So anyways, yeah. So what has been up in your life in general? How is the bubble life right now?
Well, the bubble life, I mean, when you say that you're living in a bubble, it sounds like prison-like. Mm-hmm. And it's not like that at all. So we have, I'm living in a hotel. So there's a hotel on the IMG campus. And then some other people are living in, like little apartments type things. And it's all really nice. I know some things surfaced on Twitter that said otherwise, but I went to one of the villas yesterday and they're super nice. There's a lot of space. The hotel is super nice. I was in Minneapolis last week for about almost 2 weeks, and we were doing individual workouts and, just getting to know our new coaching staff and, getting to know some of the new players that, came on the team. So like our whole team is like new. I think there's like only 5 of us returning from last season. So we've just been getting to know each other, and, I finally am able to just lock into basketball, for the first time since I got back from overseas. So it's been really nice.
Yeah. Now, talking about last season, it was your first season with the Minnesota Lynx. How did it go? It
was amazing. It was so nice to be on a team and in a situation where you felt needed and appreciated. I learned so much. I had some really amazing vets on my team with me, like Simone Augustus and Odyssey Sims. We didn't play up to our potential, I don't think, the whole season. And I think that it was a learning experience for everyone, but the organization and the team is incredible. And, it's a blessing that, I'm a part of it.
Yeah, and now last overseas season, you went to Israel, and how was that?
Israel was so much fun. It's like a party. So anybody who's thinking about going overseas, you got to stop in Israel at least one time. It was so fun. There were so many Americans there, a lot of WNBA players there. It was like one big family, really, because all the cities and teams were pretty close. I think the farthest team was maybe an hour, like right under an hour. So we were together all the time, going out, playing against each other, competing. It was a really good time. And Israel's beautiful. The culture, the people, amazing. So if y'all got a chance to ever go to Israel to visit or play, highly recommend it.
What about, were you still there when the coronavirus happened?
I literally left right before. Okay. I mean, obviously it was happening before. But when it started getting like that global attention, I literally just got back home. So I missed that European ban, travel ban. I missed all that. Thank goodness.
Yeah, obviously that was good. Yeah, I mean, what was your life like when you got home? I mean, obviously you probably wanted to do a lot of things and you couldn't.
Yeah, I had a lot of plans for when I got home, like a lot of plans. You're overseas. I mean, Israel's a little bit different. You're not really stuck in the house like you maybe are in other countries. So, I wanted to go like on a vacation or something. But I got home and, everything started getting shut down. Atlanta shut down a little bit slower than some of the other places. But, that was March. It's July and they've re-shut down Atlanta. So clearly, the United States has some work to do, but I was in the house a lot, had to work out at my house for a little bit because all the gyms were closed. Thankfully, we had a gym to hoop in. So that was a blessing. So I didn't go without that at all, basketball, but like weightlifting and things like that, I had to, do that in my garage, which was different, but we made it work.
Yeah, for sure. And then what about like just for seasons in general? Do you like set goals every year?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So you got any this year?
I mean, this year's so different now
Yeah.
because, I just had so much momentum. I personally feel like I had a lot of momentum of how I played overseas. And so I
Mhm.
was really prepared to step into this new role um, for the summertime. And, I still have that, confidence, momentum, not so much because, you have to be on the court. Um, but I just want to, obviously, my main goal is to be the best shooter in the league. That's something I definitely want to do. But I still have to think about my goals a little bit because I have a very different role than I did last year. Cheryl, Coach Reeve has me running the one a lot more. I'm probably going to start at that position, which is completely different from last season where, I got in the game and my job was to shoot and that was it. So now, I'm in charge of making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be, getting people the ball where they need it, where they want it. That's something I did all through college. But 2 years of playing a different position, going back to my natural fit at the one. I'm excited, a little bit nervous because playing the one in this level is definitely harder than people think. There's going to be an adjustment period, I think, but they've given me so much confidence. So first goal is to be the best shooter in the league. Second goal is to be the best floor general. I don't know if I'm going to get that second one this year or not, but it's definitely a goal of mine.
Just going back to the Lynx, I know you had. I don't even know. I don't remember the number. But it was 23, maybe 26.
What?
Yeah. Your career high last year.
Was it 20? I don't even know. What I do know about that game is we lost, so
All right.
I don't even care.
All right. We won't even talk. We'll go to the next question. Yeah, with the Black Lives Matter movement going on, like what do you want to see change?
Shoot, that is a very loaded question.
You know how to ask it.
Yeah, there's so many things that need to be changed. But I guess I'll just speak on something that I'm passionate about. I've always been passionate about is education.
Okay.
And everyone's like, oh, the kids are the future. The kids are the future. And everybody starts off as being a kid. So like, where we keep going wrong with these future generations? It starts in schools. I think that it's so important. I think curriculums need to change. I think that we need to put more classes that help kids and people in life a little bit more. And then also classes that kids are like interested in, that make kids want to come to school, make kids want to be around, their teachers and their peers. Put in more programs to have kids before school, after school. And I know at the end of the day, all that costs money. So I just think that just money needs to be allocated a little bit better. And, you've seen that with the defund police and all that kind of stuff. And I think that, lawmakers, politicians, they need to make a conscious effort to improve school systems, especially in, poorer communities, not necessarily just Black communities, but definitely poor Black communities. Because I think that's where it starts. You can make kids, their brains are sponges. So, it's our job to mold them. And if you go to a school with a classroom that has 40 kids, one teacher, and 4 textbooks, like, I don't understand how you could even possibly think that a kid can learn in that environment. So I think that us as a country, we have to do better, with our education, especially with, elementary, middle school, high school.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, especially now because, probably going forward in the fall, it's going to be all online and,
Yeah, and like how many kids have access to online, like have their own computers, and I don't know. It's just like it's just such a big divide, between, and it's not. I mean, it is a race issue, but it's not always a race issue. It's a economic issue. But the fact that people are ready to put schools all online, knowing that there are communities that probably don't have more than one computer in their house and possibly more than one child in the house, like, it just doesn't make sense. We just have to be more, we have to put a better effort, I think, towards education for for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think other countries do it, so I think we could do it.
Other countries do a lot of things. And they're like, oh, that's nice. We're going to do it this way instead.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting when you look at other countries. Yes. Yeah, going to Duke. I know Carol Lawson just got hired today. How are you feel about that?
That's amazing. I remember when, well, first and foremost, I'm super sad that Coach P decided to step down. My experience at Duke was incredible. I loved being coached by her. So I want to say that first. When there was like tweets going around about, who they were going to, consider hiring. And I know I tweeted at them, like, please hire a Black female coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that, Lexie said hire a Black female coach, so we hired a Black female coach. But I just felt like, with the environment of the world and sports right now, Duke, they had an opportunity to, make some noise, make a splash, make a hire that, made sense. And Kara is so knowledgeable of the game. And, I've been able to have some conversations with her, with games that she's covered of mine, pick her brain. And, I'm super excited. And I think Duke needs a little bit of a revamp. I'm not going to lie. And I think Kara is the best person who can do that.
All right. So basically we interviewed the past 3 years. This is the third year. And I'm going to bring up the video now.
Oh, no.
And we'll watch like a minute of it, and then we'll let's see if this works here. All right. I can pull it up.
First of all, what is my hair gonna look like?
Hold on. All right, here we go.
It's sad. Look how sad I look.
We didn't even play it yet.
I knew what was coming.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Could you just tell me what your biggest motivation is?
My biggest motivation is my family. All the time, energy that they've put into me, developing as a basketball player and a young woman. The least I can do is repay them with going hard every day, keeping a positive attitude, talking to them every day. They shower me with so much support and love. I wouldn't be here without them.
Still true.
Now, I know you moved around a lot, obviously, when you were younger. How did that kind of help develop who you are today? Kind of seemed a lot of different places.
Yeah, no. When we moved, it was like we would stay in places for long periods of time, so it didn't really feel like we were bouncing around as much as we were. Our family's super close, so, I was always with them, and for the majority of that time, so I have 3 siblings, but the majority of that time it was just the 2 of us moving around. So, we were always together. We're only 2 years apart. But for the most part, Orlando was home for most of the time I was growing up, and my dad was one who was kind of bouncing around. We always ended up back in Orlando at some point. But living in all those different places was really fun. Get to experience a lot of new things, meet so many cool people. Because a lot of people don't get to travel. I've met so many people who haven't even been on an airplane. So, to be able to experience things like that at such a young age is awesome.
Now,
She's smart. She's smart, well-spoken. Love it.
Was it better or worse than you thought?
It was better. Anytime you talk about my family, literally, you could pull up any interview. You ask me about my family, I'm going to say the same things. They love me. I love them. We're super close. I talk to them all the time. That's funny. That's really funny.
So now I'm going to ask you questions that were asked during the interview.
Okay.
And that's where the editing comes in later. And we go back, and then it'll be funny. All right, so let's see. Oh, why do you think it's important to build your brand outside of basketball?
No, it's so important, especially with our league. I think that the way the WNBA has been growing in the last couple of years, especially because of social media. I remember growing up, I wasn't walking around hearing people mention WNBA players, the WNBA, as a league, positive or negative. Some of the conversation has been negative, but, at least there's being conversation. I think it's super important. I think us as players have been doing a much better job, reaching out, connecting to fans, especially since we have those platforms, to be more in touch and engaged with our fans. why wouldn't you, take advantage of it? And there's so many opportunities out in the world that are everybody's fingertips. So why not go get it yourself?
It is important, I think, because the ball's going to stop bouncing eventually, and you have no idea when. I think that in this day and age, it's so easy to show the world your personality and your interests. And when you have like a platform, you have supporters or fans, I think it's so important to interact with them and show a little bit of your personality. You don't necessarily have to show your entire life because, you have your privacy, obviously, in your life that you want to live. But there's so many opportunities out there. And being a professional athlete just opens so many doors. I mean, you work so hard to get to this point, and you might as well, share your personality with the world.
Yeah, definitely. And if you go back in time and talk to your younger self when you first started playing basketball, what would you tell yourself?
I would love to go talk to young Lex. I think the biggest thing I would say is just don't listen to anybody outside of your circle. I remember, it's funny, yesterday I was actually talking to my mom. She was ran into one of the basketball rankings people from Florida from when I was younger. And they were talking about how they ranked me like the 15th best player in Florida in like 8th grade. Like, really, who cares? But it's 8th grade. But he always was like, I don't know why everybody ranked her so low. I always thought she was the best. And my mom was just like, doesn't really matter. Like, those rankings, like, they're just a number next to your name. And I know at the beginning, when all those rankings started happening, when you start, playing AAU, it really bothered me that, people didn't really see my potential and how hard I worked and stuff like that. So I would tell, a younger version of myself that stuff shouldn't even bother you. That's not what you play for. You don't play for rankings. You don't play for accolades. You play for yourself. You play for your family. You play because you love the game.
Me, to her, first I'd be like, girl, you're terrible. Like, you probably should pick another play. But I would just tell her to keep being who she is. You don't really see, at least at my age, you didn't really see many like super girly girls playing basketball at a high level, and someone who was so focused and driven, and a lot of people would tell them, oh, you're kind of rude, you're mean. But I was just really locked in when I was little. So I would tell her to, stay who you are, stay focused, because you see the bigger picture that maybe some people don't see, and it's going to pay off.
What about, okay, so you said you were funny. Do you think you would ever do stand up?
Do you like Blake? Yeah, me and Blake Griffin have very similar senses of humor, very dry. And I think mine is like more like conversational, and like a lot of people think like when I say things like, some people don't know if I'm joking or serious, which is why I think I'm funny, because like you never know. But like if you like The Office, Parks and Rec, like that's my area right there. But stand up is hard. Like I don't know, but there's like people on Twitter, like they could be stand up comedians, because really all about stand up is just being relatable. So I think if I just sat down for a little bit, but it's also nerve-wracking because when you say something, people don't laugh. You're just like, oh, like, where do I go from here? But, like, I'm more like did she really just say that type of funny? Never inappropriate, just sometimes. Also, we can't really curse that much, so that kind of takes the edge off of some humor, what I've noticed.
Why can't you?
I still have little people watching me, so I can't be, throwing around F-bombs and stuff like that, even though, Cat Williams is my guy, like, but if you just listen, it's like, boo, 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 boo. So, yeah, stand-up comedy, probably out for me.
Probably out, all right.
Absolutely not. See, like, I'm not a joke teller. I'm funny, like, in moments, like, my reactions to things. But stand-up, I've like considered it, but you know how hard it is to be a stand-up comedian? Like people like Cat Williams and Kevin Hart, like they have me cracking up just by storytelling. And I'm also a terrible storyteller. So absolutely not, never.
This is crazy because like I literally listened to the interview and like you pretty much said almost the same thing. And then you talked about Blake Griffin too.
Oh yeah. Cause like his humor is like super dry like mine. But like, and like if somebody, like if I were to tell a joke and no one would laugh, I would like cry. Like I wouldn't be able to recover. Like I wouldn't be able to recover from that.
Yeah, like this is kind of crazy. But all right, so what?
Stay true to myself. Like y'all
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
this? I'm the same all through these years.
You're way happier though.
Yes.
What could Lynx fans expect from you over the next few years?
A lot of growth. Something that I've always enjoyed doing is coming to a place one way, and every year bringing something different, bringing something new, growing as a person, growing as a player. So that's something I'm really excited about. We get the luxury of being able to go overseas, play, work on our game for a couple months, and come back. Sometimes as a completely different player, as a better player. So I'm really excited to take on that challenge, going overseas and playing. And then coming back here, with something new and hopefully being able to increase my role on this team.
Let's see. Lynx fans can expect a lot of 3-pointers, a lot of smiling, a lot of happiness, and also a lot of work in the community. So that's something that I really am super passionate about. I just never have had time, because you go from one season to the next. So I'm hoping in the next few years I'll have a little bit more time to be out in the community with kids, doing camps, giveaways, things like that. I'm just super passionate about that for sure.
All right, we're all done with those ones. And then my question was, what was your first impression when me and my boy Aaron came to interview you 2 years ago in Connecticut?
I was like, why do they want to interview me? Like, that's literally what I thought. I was like, you have all these people. I'm not going to play. Like, no one knows who I am. And y'all want to interview me? So I was definitely happy that, I was getting a little bit of attention.
That's good. So it's actually funny because my boy that he's the big WNBA guy, he told me, he was like, you got to interview Lexie Brown. Like, she's Dee Brown's daughter.
Yeah, exactly. That's
so but no, he knew you from Duke though too.
Yeah, most people know. Well, it's funny now because I've like been posting some pictures with my dad, and like literally still to this day, I saw people like, "Yo, that's your dad." Oh, I didn't know that. I was like, really? Because if anybody follows me playing basketball, they mention his name at least once a game, no matter what. Like, literally, it's never gets on my nerves, though. I love it.
And then last year I asked you, you were going to tell me how you felt about the jerseys after you wore them. So what did you think of them?
My jersey?
Yeah, because they changed last year. Remember that they didn't have the numbers on the front, and that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And we were like, I don't even realize that stuff.
Yeah, they didn't really bother me. Yeah, I liked our jerseys. My favorite jerseys though we have these gray jerseys that I really like. Like we have like a cool logo. So yeah, they were cute. Our jerseys are cute. Most of I think cause like the whole league went through like a whole rebrand of all the logos. So all the logos are kind of dope now. So yeah, I like them. Mine's a little big right now. I lost some pounds during quarantine.
All right.
So it's a little.
Yes, your fit grind.
Yes.
How many interviews have you done like in the past, let's say, a year?
Shoot, I don't know. I mean, not as many as you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in Israel, like that was 6 months, so that I didn't do any interviews when I was there. Last year during the season, I did a ton, like post game, media day, all that. And then this year's been like kind of weird. So I've done like some like Instagram live stuff, some Zoom stuff here and there. I don't know, like some people like they all like lately people are like, I want to hear about your struggles as a woman in the sports field, struggle this, struggle that. Like, can we just talk about something happy or something? Like, I don't want to always seem like I'm complaining or, ungrateful for the opportunity that I do have. So I've been contacted about like some interviews and I've kind of just ignored the requests like on Instagram or something because they tell me what they want to talk about. I'm like, I talk about that all the time. Like, bring me something different, something fun. Like I did one interview with this girl, Jenna, and she had a drink and I had a drink. Like I had a glass of wine. I think she had like a beer and we were just like drinking and talking. And it was like so cute. Like things like that. I like doing stuff like that.
Well, it's funny you said that too, because I was like, man, like I want to do it with Lexie still, but like I don't know if she's gonna want to do it because like the bubble and all this. I was
No, we got a bar upstairs, a bar downstairs. Like we are
all right.
whatever. Just drink responsibly is all they asked of us.
Oh, man. All right, so the next segment is the average savage questions, and there are going to be a few that I'm going to go back on the other one too. So the first one that we just did was 2 years ago, then this one's just last year, but then I got some new ones too.
Okay.
So, what's your favorite song right now?
Ooh, my favorite song right now? That's hard. That's tough.
It's going to be in the playlist, so I got the average savage playlist. So like,
what is my favorite song right now? I think, hold on, I need to look. I'm bad when it comes, because I listen to like so many different types of music. Oh, I like, What's Poppin', the remix with Jack Harlow. Yeah, that's a good song. I love Jack Harlow.
What's your social media platform of choice?
Instagram, but Twitter been popping lately, so I don't know. It might be Twitter right now. Today, I picked Twitter.
All right. So last year, I asked you what 3 jerseys you want that you don't have. So I'm curious if you got any of them, and they were actually. Do you remember what 3 they were?
No.
You want to take any guesses?
Is Michael Jordan one of them?
No.
What the heck, Lexie? I don't know.
All right. No, you said good ones. All right. So you said
did? Okay.
You said Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, facts.
Damian Lillard. and Kobe Bryant 24.
Yeah. See, I mean, rest in peace. But getting a Kobe jersey now, forget it.
Can't get them
ever. Let's see. So I have not gotten any of those jerseys.
You wear jerseys?
No. Mitchell and Ness sent me my dad's jersey, so that was nice of them. So that's now cool. I have 2.
Which one?
His Celtics jersey.
Right.
Green one. And then we were looking through storage, and I found an old Orlando Miracle WNBA jersey. So now I have one of those. That's an old WNBA team that my dad used to coach. And I got a Ken Griffey Jr. jersey, also from storage.
Okay, Mariners or Reds? Reds.
It's white and red. It's dope. It's really big though, but I can make it work.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, so actually, I forgot. So your dad started following me on social media, so I reached out for him to get on an interview, but he just left me on red last year.
He hates interviews. The 2 interviews he's done during quarantine have been with me because I've made him. So.
All right.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, when he talks, he like doesn't shut up. But getting him to that point, it gotta be like something like me being like, "Dad, can we please do this together?" And then he's all in.
I gotcha. And what about? Do you have a mentor?
Do I have a mentor? I mean, I talk to my parents the most about all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't call them my mentors. But no, like I still have not like, well, now I'm too old probably, but I'm sure like I could still, like, I never really had that teammate that, I mean, I guess I wouldn't call Simone my mentor, but she was like the first teammate that I've ever had that kind of was like, let me help you.
Yeah.
So it was nice because, growing up, I was either like on the team already for a while or, one of the better players. And then eventually like always like in college, the older player.
Yeah.
And then, my first year in Connecticut, it was just kind of like, okay, Lexie's like on the team. And like Simone was like the first person to be like, I got you. Like, if you ever need anything, if you're struggling, I got you. So I wouldn't call her my mentor because I don't even want to call her that.
Yeah.
But she's definitely someone I could, call up whenever I need something or going through it, especially on the court.
Yeah, no, I feel you, because I only asked that question because when I was interviewing a lot of people, they kept on talking about mentors, and I don't really have a mentor. So I was like curious to who is their mentor, and then like, does their mentor know that they're their mentor? And and it was 50% of the time they didn't know.
Yeah, it's just like
That's why it's like funny.
someone like you look up to. But like that's not a mentor though. Like you
no.
have like some type of a relationship with someone.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I was just like, so do you ask the person to be your mentor, or does it just happen?
Or does it happen?
like it's so like yeah. So that's why I was been interested about that question. So I had to ask you that. All right. So these are the three that I asked you last year. How do you feel when random people ask you to play one-on-one?
I want to punch them in the face. Like, no, I don't want to play you one-on-one. Would you see freaking Steph Curry on the street? Are you going to ask him to play one-on-one? No. Especially like grown-ass men. I do not want to play you one-on-one. And I don't want to play you for my heart either. So don't even ask that. I get ask that more than just playing one-on-one. And, it's so annoying. I don't want to play you one-on-one. I'm sorry.
I had to bring it up.
Ugh, I want to throw up. Like, it's so annoying. At this point, I'm just like, y'all have to know, like, this is not. I think people do it like now to be funny, but it's annoying. It annoys me.
This is gonna be so great. Like when I play the back to back, it's gonna be amazing. Okay, so no Chick-fil-A for the rest of your life, or you find your soulmate?
My mindset right now is I need Chick-fil-A more than a soulmate.
All right.
Today. Just today. You can ask me in a couple months. My mind might change. But right now, it's Chick-fil-A over everything.
Oh, soulmate, for sure. Chick-fil-A, I love you, Chick-fil-A, but it makes you fat. So I'm going with the soulmate.
You know what last year Lexie said?
I picked Chick-fil-A. That is sad. That is sad. If that tells you what kind of mental space I was in last year, that I picked Chick-fil-A over a soulmate. Also, that means I'm healthier, because eating Chick-fil-A forever no longer is, appealing to me.
And last one, what's something that people don't know about you?
Let's see. Something that people might not know about me. I don't know. I like watching like weird TV shows. They're not weird because obviously a lot of people watch them, but I like watching like documentaries, like series. So like My 600-Pound Life. I love that show.
I was about to say
Hoarders.
I was about to say documentaries aren't weird, and then you said 600-Pound Life. So
those shows, they're not weird, but it's just kind of like people are like, Lexie, how do you watch this?
Something that people don't know about me. I really like ASMR videos on YouTube. If you don't know what ASMR videos are, people listening, it's like people making like really satisfying sounds on camera. So like someone doing like or something like that.
God.
Also the like mukbang videos where people are just eating like in the mic. Yeah, I've gotten to that part of YouTube and I can't get out. So.
Oh my God. So you're telling me you're bored and you just go on YouTube and that's what you type in?
Oh, people know about the YouTube black holes. They happen. And I got into the ASMR black hole and I loved it there. I did.
That is pretty random. But you know what? Do you remember what you said last year?
That I can't cook?
No.
Oh, what did I say?
You're talking about the shows that like people have weird fetishes and stuff.
Oh, yep. Still watch those.
Yeah. I mean,
not often because now I'm too busy watching ASMR videos.
I can't. I just can't. Now I'm literally gonna go look this up. Like I know what you're talking about, but like I need to see like what comes up.
You have to. And there's like there's like levels to it. Like they have ones that like make you go to sleep, and they just have like one girl that I watch sometimes. It's like literally her just putting lip gloss on, but it's like really, you'll see. It's like they just do everything extra and obnoxious right into the microphone.
Well, you taught me something new. Actually, I got one last question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. But do you have any questions for me?
Do you have any questions for you? Who is your favorite WNBA team?
Oh, I can't. That's not. I can't. I'm neutral.
That's not an answer. It doesn't have to be the Lynx.
I'm not a fan though. I'm not a fan. Like,
okay, so who's your favorite player?
You can't
that's
say
not,
I'm not
me.
I'm not a fan. Like, I can't.
Oh, well. Okay, album. One more. Okay. What is your guilty pleasure? Yeah, that's the easy
one. Like candy, Sour Patch Kids.
That's boring. That is boring. People are supposed to have like crazy guilty pleasures, and people are like, "Oh, what's your guilty pleasure?" But
like you're. Oh, you're talking about like. Well, I don't know. Instantly, I just thought about like foods.
I mean, that's a guilty pleasure for some people, for sure. But usually, it's like something like nasty that like nobody really likes, but you love. Like people who like Peeps. A little marshmallow thing, or candy corn.
Oh man! All right, well I'll tell you another like weird thing then. So like usually when I'm feeling down, I put on The Secret on Netflix, and I put it on and go to bed because it's like about like positivity and like thinking like that.
That's nice. I put on the when I go to sleep and I'm feeling sad.
But now I've been feeling really positive. And then I put it on the other day, and like good stuff been happening.
Good manifestation, positivity. Yes. It's real.
It is real. It's really real. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Of course, good luck this season. Hopefully everything goes. Hopefully you guys stay safe. Obviously.
Yeah. So far, so good. So, we get tested every day, which is annoying. And expensive, but keeping everyone safe. Like they've done a really good job getting this together, I must say.
Well, again, appreciate it. And you want to let the people know where to find you at?
Follow me on Insta at Lexie Brown 4 and on Twitter, Lexie Kaya _4. Also follow my YouTube if you want. I'm probably not going to post that many more videos on there, but there's some on there that are funny. And that's just my name, Lexie Brown.
Why aren't you going to post them no more?
Because I get so many more views on Twitter.
True.
So I just applied for that's what Terry was calling me about, the little Twitter Amplify thing, and it allows you to post videos that are longer than 2.5 minutes, and I think up to 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna start posting my like vlogs and stuff on Twitter.
I'll tell you.
Follow me on Snapchat.
I'll tell you this though, on YouTube though the views are more accurate. And
I don't get any.
Yes, you do.
I accurately don't get any views.
Okay. Well, again, I appreciate it. And, if you ever need anything, you can let me know.
Cool. Thank you for having me again.
We're doing this. Actually, my friend Aaron told me today that I didn't know there was this guy that I think he probably like dedicated his life to following Muhammad Ali, but I'm not going to do that. Sorry, Lexie. But yes, I do. I would like to interview every year because like, that's just random that it just happened to be your rookie year now,
That is fine with me.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Well, all right. Again, appreciate it. I'm going to end it this time for real.